What do you guys think? Should I lock the door? I don't know. Maybe I should. It's kind of awkward with him sitting right here. All right, what's up, guys? So, big news today. It has finally happened. P. Diddy has finally got his ass. In the words of 50 Cent, P did it, P done, or whatever he said. Cat Williams was a prophecy. He called it. I really should lock the door. I was coming up with this new nickname for him. Maybe Daddy Puffstein. Like, that's kind of the nickname. Like, people are calling him Puffstein, but I'm adding, instead of Diddy, it's Daddy because of that tape that came out in 2018 when he was at that, I think that gay millionaire sex orgy, and he was just calling everybody Daddy and, you know, fucking unnamed girls and whatnot, these underage girls. Yeah, so it's finally happened. They finally raided, the feds, by the way, raided not only his place in Miami, but his place in LA as well. And when the feds, not the police, the feds go in with a warrant, I mean, that means you are absolutely the main suspect. In fact, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure they raided the same place in New York as well. So that's 3 places that they raided, right? Yeah, we saw Cat Williams call him out during Shannon Sharp's podcast. He was saying,
Cat Williams brought up P. Diddy during that podcast?
Yeah, he did. Remember that one?
Oh.
Yeah, it was at the beginning of the year. He's like, there's God's side, and then there's the other side being Diddy and all these other people that are like part of it. You know, same with, never thought I'd say this, but Oprah is part of it now. You know, there's just a ton of people out there. So we're going to be seeing a lot of names being leaked within the next 24 hours. Cuba Gooding Jr., that one, I actually just found out about that one. It turns out, though, it's been out there for a while. I think Jay-Z's next. There's going to be a lot of people, though. First, before I get into the actual raid itself, let me give you a little history on P. Diddy, the new nickname, Daddy Puffstein. This guy, I swear to God, this guy changes his name every, 12 seconds. It's like P. Diddy, Diddy, Puff, Puff Love, Puff Face, Puffer Fish, Fish Face, Fish Eye. I can't keep up. Obviously, I mean, you guys probably have been hearing about it for months now with the civil trials and whatnot, but I want to start from the beginning because that's the best place to start, according to Julie Andrews. So I actually wrote down, I did some deep digging on this today. And I gotta tell you guys, I was aware of all the shit that was going on, but I did not know it was this bad. This is some Epstein type shit. I wrote all this down. Let's see here. Yeah, okay, so in 91, he and this R&B star, Aaron Hall, they sexually assaulted, I think, an underage girl. She's unnamed. That same year, he co-hosted a basketball event that ended up killing 9 people, or I don't know about killing 9 people, but hurting 9 people because it was overcrowded, and he was criticized for allowing inexperienced people to run the event, and he fooled people into buying tickets because they thought it was like a charitable event or something. That same year, he also, and this came out a few months ago, by the way, her name is Joy Dickerson Neal. Apparently, she was drugged and raped by Diddy. Obviously, there's all the death row shit that was going down, and apparently he had a lot to do with some of the murders that took place, and that includes not only Biggie Smalls, which I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard about, but he might have ordered not 1 but 2 hits against Tupac. One was in '94, which he recovered from, and the second one, of course, killed him. So he might have had something to do with that. This guy, I think his name, it's something Keefe. What the hell's his name? It's Keefe. Yeah, I have it written right here. Yeah, so he was going to write a book about it, but then he wanted so much attention that he basically turned himself in. And so his trial's ongoing right now for first-degree murder of Tupac. It's crazy. I didn't think we were ever going to find out about how he was actually killed, but thank God we are. He threatened a photographer of the New York Post with a gun in '96. A few years later, he and a few others attacked this Steve Stout guy for depicting him as Jesus Christ in an MTV video being crucified, which he said he wanted deleted, but it wasn't deleted, so we beat the guy up for it. By the way, that same year, he was also arrested for handcuffing J-Lo to a pole. So there's that. Also the same year, he was arrested in New York for bribing a cab driver that his possession of firearms, that he's like, okay, you know what, the driver, just admit that these were yours. So he tried to bribe the guy and he got arrested for that. Oh, 2003. This is one that came out this year. The gang rape of an unnamed 17-year-old girl. Allegedly got into a scuffle with J. Cole a year later. A year after that, he allegedly punched Drake. The year after that, he assaulted a UCLA football coach with a deadly weapon. In 2019, this woman, Gina Hune, who came out and said that he committed domestic violence and mental manipulation against her, and that's where we are today. And of course, there's the Lil Rod Jones situation and the Cassie, I forget her last name, that came out a few months ago and came out with a civil trial. She accused him of rape, assault, abuse, forced sex trafficking. There's that weird link with him and Michael Jackson where they had to change his will and whatnot. That Wikipedia apparently changed it. There's just so many moving parts. I feel like I don't want to speak too prematurely about this because I think a lot of information is going to be released because his arrest, or his indictment rather, is basically imminent. Well, it's going to be interesting to see the names that come out. I mean, Prince Harry was another one. Clinton was another one. Chris Brown, Usher. I think Meek Mill. I think Jay-Z might be coming up. Young Miami. These are A-list names. Yeah, and Usher also said he visited his place way back in the 90s. It was called Puff Flavor Camp. And he said he saw, quote, very curious things, unquote, and, quote, I couldn't understand what I was looking at, unquote. And apparently Biggie Smalls was there. There's a lot of other people there as well. Let me get to the actual raid itself. So apparently Diddy was outside Miami Opelika Airport, which is a private airport. So he knew that this was coming, right? It's funny, I said to somebody recently that if you were to escape the country, you would go right to Opelika, because I was like searching private airport. Like, okay, if somebody were to escape, right, they'd probably go to Florida because that is like the closest place to the Caribbean, right? And so I said, okay, maybe this Opelika place is okay, because I was looking on Google Maps randomly, and it's so funny how I just turned out. I'm like, oh shit, I know that fucking airport. Like, who knows what that airport is? Well, I do, because I was looking at Google Maps trying to figure out how you would escape the country. Well, apparently he did, and guess what? He went to, allegedly, we don't know if he's on the plane or not, one of these extrajudiciary countries, and we don't know whether or not he's on the plane, but apparently he went to one of these extrajudiciary countries, which is Antigua and Barbuda, right? They could basically decide, okay, do we want him? Do we not want him? It's going to be up to them ultimately. Anyway, the raid happened, and apparently they're like looking for like actual tapes. So that way they can, because guess what? He has names of people that he did it with. And this is why I say he's exactly like Epstein. I mean, sex trafficking, all the people he's involved with, the fact that the media's not talking about this as much as they should be before. I mean, now they're talking about it because, I mean, how can you not talk about it at this point? I mean, this is a big thing if the feds raid somebody's multiple homes. And I gotta say, a lot of these celebrities have to be, like, freaking the hell out right now. They're like, oh, God, my name's done. It's Jeffrey Epstein's Black Book all over again. It's Daddy Puffstein's Black Book now. So this is very likely to be, and like I said, I don't want to jump to too many conclusions, but it looks like a very similar Epstein situation. In fact, there's this woman, I mean, you guys know Ghislaine Maxwell, right? She was arrested for sex trafficking a few years ago. Who's that woman he was in cahoots with? Okay, I can't find the woman's name right now, but there's somebody like that who probably had something to do with this. In fact, I don't even know if they put the name out there yet, now that I think about it. Maybe that's why I'm not finding anything. And it leads me to think, like, who is pulling the strings? Who is behind this? Because he has to be, like, you know, it's one big cult sort of situation. That's what happened with the Epstein thing. There were so many ties. Apparently he was in cahoots with not only the CIA, but with possibly Assad as well, or however you pronounce it, the Israeli CIA version, you know, that they have over there. He once said, he goes, I own people, I control people, and I can damage people as well, which is pretty scary when you hear somebody say that. There was this guy, I think his name was Ron Burkle. Apparently he funded a lot of things that Diddy did, and people are now speculating that he might have something to do with this whole, yeah, he's a multi-millionaire. Oh my God, as of September 2015. Oh my god, it says September 2003. Elliot injects millions into. When Combs signed a deal with Ron Burkle. Holy shit, there's a lot here. Okay, so I'm probably gonna look into this Ron Burkle guy soon. Like I said, I don't want to do. Like, I don't want to jump to conclusions. I don't want to like slam anybody's name because he hasn't actually been charged yet. At least at the time that I'm filming this. And once he's charged, and once a lot of these names come out, and once there starts to be like these rumors actually start getting confirmed, I might start diving deeper into it. There could be a massive amount of charges, and they're likely going to charge him very soon. I mean, maybe perhaps by the time I put this video out, he could already be charged. So, and it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. All right, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. I've been obsessed with this all day. I'm gonna keep looking into it. I'm gonna keep looking at it over the course of when this unfolds. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.